Hello and welcome to F1 Life, the new hub of F1 22. A glimpse inside the prestigious and alluring lifestyle of Formula One. Your own personalised space where you can customise the appearance of your location, view past triumphs and career highlights, watch replays and customise your driver avatar, and of course, admire your fabulous supercar collection. This is your F1 Life. From here, you can view the supercars in your collection, visit the virtual showroom, admire the trophies in your cabinet, as well as watch on-track highlights in the theatre. Most importantly, in customisation, you can customise both your driver avatar and location, totally transforming the look of your F1 Life. You can visit drivers that you see in your F1 Life or any of your F1 22 friends by selecting F1 Life visitors. Don't forget to give them a like if you admire their style. F1 Life is your opportunity to create a style all of your own. Speaking of which, it's looking a little bare in here. Let's go and unlock your very first supercar. These are the supercars currently available. Use your supercar tokens to unlock the model of your choice. It costs one supercar token to unlock each car. To get your collection started, you've been awarded a token. Go ahead and unlock your very first supercar.
Right, let's do it. What's up everyone, welcome to F1 22 on the EA Play Trial. This is part 1, so let's go ahead and pick our first supercar. I know the one we're going to have, and it's this, the F8 Tributo by Ferrari. Beautiful car, and a great one to start off the game with. So let's take that. Yes, I won it, and there it is. The first supercar in our collection.
Don't forget, you can change the appearance of your driver avatar at any time from the driver profile screen in F1 Life customization.
Okay, sorry about the weird cut. I just had to fiddle around with some of the settings and change the sound so I didn't get copyrighted. Okay, so we're going to do a driver career. We can start in F2 if you want it and work our way up to F1. But because this is the EA Play Trial and I've only got 10 hours, I'm going to go straight into F1 because I want to show the game off. Maybe we'll do F2 at a later date, but for now it's F1. Start from the beginning, full season, full calendar event, and use the recommended settings. Okay, start with the selected options, yes. Do you want an authentic experience capturing challenging and facing a real F1 driver? In driver career, you'll play as one of the drivers looking to secure a seat on one of the top official Formula One teams. Being a driver will require you to work hard to impress the team and ultimately earn contracts at teams better able to support you in your bid to win the Drivers' Championship.
First things first, let's create your driver.
So here we have the creation side of it. So that's the character I'm going with, but you see these other faces you can use as well if you want to change them up a bit. Select your country, so we'll go down and select Great Britain. Now we have to put a name in, so we'll enter our name. Now we'll choose an audio name. So we've got Williams in there, we'll take that. Customise your driver. Right, number, so I'm going to go with number 42. Right, and advance. So now we've got to create the career identity. So I think we've done everything actually there, so we don't need to worry about that. Now's the customization on the helmets and outfits. So I quite like the one that we've already got, the black with the stars and things on, matches our suit. Select a pose. Quite like that one. That's it. What on earth is that? No, go on that one. Go on that one. No. I think that one's probably the best out of them all. Right. Now we'll check out some of the voices.
Thank you. I need a moment. Nice! It's very nice!
Who has ever heard a racing driver say that in that way? We definitely won't be having that one. That's bloody awful.
We did it! We did it! Last but not least, we need to decide which team to sign with. Choose carefully, as once you reach F1, the team you drive for will expect you to deliver appropriate results.
Well, I already know. I'm going with Ferrari. And I'm going to have Carlos Sainz as my teammate. So that's us done.
That's everything we need. You can go back and edit anything we've done so far, and we'll come back here.
Acclaim. As you compete at race weekends, you'll earn acclaim. As your acclaim increases, so does your worth as a driver. The higher your acclaim, and most teams will be interested in you. Being a highly acclaimed driver also allows teams to bring in more money, allowing better facilities. Resource points are used to help the team upgrade the car. Resource points are earned during free practice sessions where you can perform practice programs. Taking part in these will earn you resource points. The resource points can be spent in the car, and the upgrades can be selected at any time in R&D. Your perk fund allows you to purchase upgrades to the driver perks. These perks will stay with you and increase your overall value. Perk fund is built up anything over your base salary. During contract negotiations, you can spend it any time in Team HQ by going to corporate and contracts. Right, we're getting nearer to being able to get on the track, so if we advance time, we've got weekly resources and then the car reveal. So we'll be revealing the brand new car that we'll be using for the F1 season. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to reveal the sum of our hard work to the world. It is my great honour to introduce to you the new Ferrari for Formula 1 2022. We are confident that the car will be competitive from the start of the season, so we expect you to be racing near the front of the field. Make sure to work hard at the car development so we can maintain an advantage to the chase in the back. Matti Benotto. Welcome to the team. Between yourself and Carlos, I'm sure we can have a fantastic season. My doors are always open if you should need anything. Did you know the better our facilities are, the better our chances are for developing a faster car? The team planned throughout the year to invest in different areas of our facilities, and I thought I'd let you know what that will mean for us in terms of R&D. Fabrication. The higher a department's fabrication, the more upgrades you can develop simultaneously. Build time. More investment here means a quicker turnaround for our developments. Quality control. With better quality control, we will see less chances of development failure. Resource point generation. Investment here will see our weekly resource points increase. Andrea.
Just the person I wanted to see. I'm Andrea. I'm head of the R&D for the team. So get used to hearing a lot from me. Your workstation is set up and ready for you. So get settled in, because we have a lot of work to do. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And welcome to the team.
Thank you, Andrea. I'm glad to be here. Right, let's check out the workstation. Right, we've got some messages, tutorials. As I mentioned before, keeping on top of research and development is critical to improve the car's performance. You also need to actively manage limited supply gearboxes and power unit components throughout the season. You can find detailed explanations on how to manage these areas in the board menu. Right. I've attached the preview for the weekend's Grand Prix. If you have any questions, come see me in the data centre. We've fitted a number of new developments to the car. Try them out and let us know how they feel. General maintenance is done on general wear. They're all completed anyway. plus 4 more parts. Okay. Weather forecast. Latest forecast event for qualifying and the race itself should be nice and dry all the way through. The 4 reports attached. So the weather forecast looks good. And we've already seen this other message earlier on. It's the same one as we read out a moment ago. Rivalries are a big part of your Formula One career. When you go toe to toe with another driver, you put your reputation and claim on the line. From time to time, you may get asked about another driver in the press, and it's in your best interest to raise your profile with the rivalry. There's a number of race weekends in the rivalry, and the driver with the highest score in the end will be declared the winner. You can get rivalry points in qualifying the race, outperform your rivalry to place the highest score. The winner of the rivalry will get a boost to their claim. If the rivalries are draw, then both will get half the claim.
Hello folks, and welcome to Paddock Pass, your pre-race edition for this, the inaugural round of the 2022 Formula One World Championship. And I've got to say, it feels great to be back. As is tradition, there is something of an air of a first day back at school on arrival here, but it's more than that. Because the new era of Formula One has arrived, and with it, the eagerly anticipated new car regulations, which have been designed to help promote better racing. With clean sculpted lines, swooping rear and front wings, which should allow cars to follow each other more closely, new eye-catching 18-inch low-profile tyres, the return of ground effect, and a reduction of aerodynamic physical adornments, the new cars look strikingly different, all while improving safety and pushing the limit of technical ingenuity. So then, which teams have interpreted the rules most effectively, and which drivers will adapt to their new car the quickest, leading the charge against the rest of the pack? Only time will tell. As always, we can't wait for this season to begin, but for now, from us, that's your luck.
So this first race of the season is always quite difficult for us trackside and for those back at the factory as well, as it's the first time the car has run since winter testing. The more consistent mileage you can get in these sessions, the happier we'll be.
Garage tutorial. 3 practice sessions. The sessions are a vital part of each Grand Prix weekend. Not only do they give you an opportunity to learn the track, they offer a range of practice programs which will be completed to advance the development of your car. Practice programs by completion will earn you resource points which can be spent on upgrades. Additionally, each program offers a number of development boosts. Completing these gives you R&D valuable insights into your car performance, resulting in cheaper upgrades. You may adjust your car setup over the course of the sessions to try and find that extra fraction of a second. Note that the sporting regulations dictate that after each free practice session you must hand back 2 sets of your dry tyre allocation for the weekend to get the most out of them while you can. Right, before we hit the track, I just want to check the session info, and I need to make an adjustment to my car. Set it up with the max downforce. A friend of mine said that that's the best to have the car on. Max downforce preset 1. So once I find it, because I haven't got a clue where it all is, then we'll add that on. Yeah, one of my friends, he's very good at this game, and he knows all the ins and outs, the best settings for the cars and everything, so I'll go by his personal recommendation. Once I can find out where this rudder tab is, where is it? I'm just going backwards and forwards here all the time. What's it? That's like R&D, that's the map of the race, track, weather conditions, I don't know. Where are we going with this? No, that's race strategy. So we're on mediums when we go out. That's not it either. DRS management. It'll be on here somewhere. Ah, I found it. car setup. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Max downforce preset 1. Right, we're ready to hit the track. Let's go out. Flying lap. Let's do it.
are Alonso, Verstappen and Ricciardo. Currently the fastest lap is at 1 minute 39.7. only got 1 lap of fuel remaining. As for the cars around us, just ahead are Bottas, and we're in front of Alonso, Schumacher and Vettel. The fastest lap at this point in time is a 1:39.4.
Right, coming and boxed this lap. I was down to 1 lap of fuel left, so I need to get more fuel in to finish off, but that's going to push me back down the queue. I've got the best lap times all the way round so far, but now Bottas has just taken over. So I don't know where I'll be when I come out, but I'll just have to fight for my place again. But for the moment, we'll box, and then we'll come back out on track and finish off the rest of the practice laps.
Condition still looking good. Ahead of us in this session at the moment are Russell and Bottas, and just behind us are Schumacher, Alonso and Gasly. Currently the fastest lap is at 1:38.6. That lap puts us P2. Nice one. As for the cars around us, just ahead are Russell and we're in front of Gasly, Magnussen and Bottas. The fastest lap at this point in time is a 1:37.7. Okay, there's enough fuel to do 6 more laps. Okay, so their best lap time is a 1:39.1. So, just ahead of us. Are you okay? That was a nasty hit. Turn the engine off and wait for the marshals.
The session has drawn to a close, so let's review our top 3. Russell, Williams and Pierre Gasly. And that's it, practice is officially over. Until next time, goodbye.
Okay, well don't ask me how, but I managed to get second in the practice still, even though I crashed right at the very end. So that's a bonus for us. So when we come back, it's going to be practice 2, then in the following video will be practice 3, one-shot qualifying and the race. So yeah, even though I was leading, I had the best laps quite a few times, I had to pit and box because I needed fuel, so I only had 1 lap of fuel left. Then that pushed me back a bit. I was in second, went back to 5th, got back to 2nd again. Even though, as I said, I crashed into the wall and wrecked the car. So, yeah. Hope you enjoyed what you've seen anyway. If you have, don't forget to leave a like and a comment. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Helps support the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care of yourself out there in the world, and bye-bye for now.